14 games have just received their play scores on the Xbox One this February 2018. The play score is a standard rating that averages gamer and critic reviews. When a game only reaches the minimum requirement of critic or gamer reviews, it receives a provisional play score. Past Cure, another casualty in the age-old concept versus execution dilemma. It looks like Fanimate's gritty psychological thriller laid waste to a perfectly good premise. Past Cure puts us in the troubled mind of one retired elite soldier as he struggles with the effects of the experiments he was subjected to. Fueled by a desire for reckoning in truth, Ian sets out on a thrilling hunt using his mind's newfound abilities. With their gorgeous cutscenes, the story-driven adventure blurs the lines between dreams and reality. But as impressive as the visuals are, Past Cure falls short of expectations with its bland action scenes, unintriguing puzzles, and repetitive gameplay. It has a provisional play score of 5.3. EA Sports UFC 3. The third installment of the star-studded simulation, EA welcomes you back into the adrenaline-pumping action of the famed Octagon. Other than rounding up this year's batch of pumped-up superstars, this third installment also aims to bring a renewed experience with its career mode and a more realistic take on your fighter's signature submissions. With their visual improvements and enhanced striking mechanics, you'll have a front-row look at the devastating effects of your mighty blows. However, it still has a share of flaws. The usual grappling problems have not been addressed, and users have reported more than a few bugs and glitches. Not exactly delivering on their promises, it has a play score of 6.01. Dynasty Warriors 9. What was supposed to be the biggest Dynasty Warriors yet turned out to be Koei Tecmo's biggest disappointment. For this 9th installment of their popular hack-and-slash series, they teamed up with the folks at Omega Force to bring in their groundbreaking changes. For one, it turned the Three Kingdoms we once knew into an open-world experience. They also revamped their combat system, offering more streamlined weapons and a faster, more flexible way to fight. As good as that sounds, some players weren't very welcoming of the new features. Fans have commented on its bland environmental interactions and the anticlimactic combo system. A huge bump in an otherwise beloved franchise, it receives a provisional play score of 6.74. Monster Energy Supercross, the official video game. Time to rev up your engines and hold tight because this latest entry to the Supercross series is about to go down and dirty. Partnering up with the iconic Monster Energy drink, this year's installment is ready to give you the high stakes and highly energized competition. As the official video game, this title is packed with the championship's official tracks and rosters. Ride out in your favorite slopes and go head-to-head against this year's best players. While it perfectly captures the essence and intense atmosphere of the motocross championships, this year's title feels unremarkable with its lack of innovations and new features. It has a play score of 6.8. Faye. Developed by Zoink and published by Electronic Arts, this adorably creepy action-adventure game encourages you to become one with nature. Play as the fox-like Faye and roam around the lavender forest as you defend it from the silent ones. Learn the language of land and befriend the creatures of the land by mastering their diverse array of animal cries. The game offers unparalleled freedom as you climb treetops, go on stealth mode, or just sing the songs of the beautiful forest. Art-wise, it's a majestic little world where silhouettes form a perfect contrast to the forest's eye-catching elements. A charming and breathtaking realm with a few frustrating hiccups, it has a provisional play score of 6.91. Fable Fortune. Cashing in on the RPG turned card game trend, Flaming Fowl and Mediatonic have teamed up to translate the ARPG success into the tabletop form. Set within the realm of Lionhead Studios' Fable franchise, travel to a 2D version of Albion and prepare for some medieval fantasy action. It's a free-to-play title that welcomes everyone into a land of fast-paced tactical gameplay. Go into battle with their 6 unique heroes and play your cards right in a game of choice and consequence. Pitting the forces of good and evil, choose your side in the battle and use your card's special abilities to earn a spot in the top-tier leagues. It's a game specially designed for 2-player co-op, so bring along your friends and share in their fabled fortunes. It has a provisional play score of 6.98. Metal Gear Survive. The first Metal Gear game since the controversial Konami and Kojima split. A game that basically marketed itself. Survive's departure from the usual political intrigue of the long-running franchise has drawn quite a buzz since its initial announcement. However, the zombies of Konami's multiplayer venture has finally seen the light of day. Travel to its strange alternate universe and gather your friends into a grueling struggle for survival. Putting aside the controversy, the game's tedious and repetitive gameplay ultimately brought it down. Then again, with an otherwise enjoyable co-op mode, Survive is decent at best. It has a Playscore of 7.01. Kingdom Come Deliverance. From its Kickstarter roots, Warhorse Studios' ambitious RPG has become one of the most popular streams on Twitch. An open-world title, Kingdom Come Deliverance aimed to provide an immersive medieval experience rooted in the era's everyday experiences. Dive into a realistic world of historically accurate castles and structures and get to know your neighborhood knights in their open-field battles. While it suffers from a lack of dragons and/or fantastical creatures, its moderate success anchors on the subtle charms of the Middle Ages. Play checkers with other bored citizens or pick a fight in the nearest tavern. A game that sets its foundations on the strengths of the genre itself, it has a Playscore of 7.18. Dandara. An indie game developed by Long Hat House, Dandara is a Metroidvania adventure. It pays tribute to the timeless classics with its pixel-perfect landscapes. Although it sticks with the vintage tropes, it injects innovation into the gameplay mix with its dizzying and directionless universe. Step inside the shoes of the brave heroine and guide her through the twists and turns of her gravity-defying world. Optimized for touch-based controls, its transition to the Xbox One has not been a smooth one. Clunky controls aside, the game is a feast for the eyes. It has a provisional Playscore of 7.34. Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet. Strap on your seatbelts and trap yourselves in the colorful cyber worlds of Bandai Namco's Sword Art Online. A brand new adventure for the digital dystopia, Fatal Bullet welcomes you into the world of Gun Gale Online. Follow the hero's path in this original storyline and prepare to battle with the creatures of the online world, trolls and otherwise. Customize your abilities and use an arsenal of powerful guns to defeat the enemies that stand in your way. It's a personal experience for the fans of the series, letting you interact with the characters of the Sword Art Online universe. Get lost in the improved lifelike worlds of Bandai Namco's creation. It has a Playscore of 7.51. Bleed 2. If action's what you're looking for, then this indie shoot-'em-up offers the perfect fix. This arcade-inspired title is a mix of platforming and bullet hell. Take on the role of the last remaining hero and help her resist the attacks of an invading army. Join her in her journey from the only hero to the greatest hero of all time. With only 7 levels, Bleed pits you against 25 different bosses. Fight back using an array of unlockable weapons and use your reflexes and abilities to survive the projectile minefield. Complete with 2 players around the world in arcade mode, survive wave after wave in endless, or work together with a friend in 2-player co-op. It has a provisional Playscore of 7.6. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege Advanced Edition. The 11th entry to the Rainbow Six series has elevated the high-stakes, environmental destruction into a cooperative diversion. In a move to reboot their previous titles, this installment has foregone single-player campaigns, putting all their focus on their outstanding multiplayer. With this advanced edition, the Global Anti-Terrorism Task Force is only made even more exciting. It's packed with all the base game content, as well as 10 Outbreak Collection packs and over 600 Rainbow Six credits. Sharpen your eye for destruction and get ready for more close-quarters combat, tactics, and team play. A new approach to the strategic shooting experience, it has a provisional Playscore of 8.4. Middle-earth Shadow of War The Blade of Galadriel. Ramping up the excitement of their Middle-earth sequel, Monolith Production expands on their latest title with this story of Eltariel, an elite assassin bent on finding the newest ring wraith. Blade of Galadriel takes us across Middle-earth and into another journey to Mordor. A deadly weapon in her own right, Eltariel is made even deadlier with a new dual-wield combat style. This story campaign will include orcish allies and a collection of new side missions. Fight off hordes of enemies and use her elven blades against her ghoulish villains. Bring back the light to a slowly darkening realm and wield the new ring. It has a provisional Playscore of 8.45. Nightmares from the Deep 3 Davy Jones. Set sail for the 7th seas and uncover the secrets of the abyss. Artifacts Mundi brings us deeper into unexplored waters with this final chapter to their well-loved hidden object mystery. Embark on a brand new pirate adventure in the shoes of Sarah Black and come face to face with the legendary Davy Jones, here in the ghostly flesh. Step out of the 4 walls of our museum and navigate through the rough waves of the supernatural. It's a daring mix of voodoo, magic, and naval exploration. Learn the devil's past in 12 different statues and become the master detective by unlocking up to 32 achievements. An exciting send-off from a critically acclaimed series, it has a provisional play score of 8.57. You may get these games right now by clicking the links below.